I'm going to explain to you why this Bitcoin pullback is one of the most different pullbacks in Bitcoin's history in a bull market. This bull market is proving to be different in many ways from any other bull market that we've had. But first, I'm going to go over a couple interesting things that is happening in the crypto market. Keep in mind, we've been up 65% over the past 6 months. And we really didn't have much of a pullback. So kind of chill out on this. And the good thing is that right now we are seeing alts pretty much holding strong, even with Bitcoin puking even more. It's actually many of the alts, especially the ones that we are holding in the learningcrypto.com. If you want to check us out, you can see what coins we are in. With that said, we have Fidelity now. Okay, so first we had GBTC selling. Now we have Fidelity that has been selling. They had $91 million of sales selling just the other day. So that, helped with the liquidation prices probably, because a lot of longs got absolutely obliterated. But that is good news, because keep in mind that as we go up, we saw, especially back in a couple months ago, we saw Bitcoin rise from 53,000 to just over $70,000 during a time where open interest or leveraged traders were actually, the leverage in the system was way down, and it was actually going down during that time. And now we've gotten a lot of leverage in there in the system, and it needs to be flushed out, because it's really easy for whales to grab liquidity when there's a lot of leverage in the system. Keep in mind, this is both ways. So we have the longs getting liquidated now. Eventually, you're going to see a crazy rise because shorts are going to be liquidated, which means people needing to actually cover their bet that the price is going to go down when it's going up. It's going to be fascinating because they have to buy in the open market, which causes spikes in the price. That's why you have these huge up and down violent spikes. But guess who else is actually buying? Let's go on to who's actually buying now. Okay, so we had 13 filings revealed BNP Paribas, $600 billion AUM, has exposure to Bitcoin via BlackRock's ETF. A lot of people are going to be having exposure to these spot Bitcoin ETFs, especially now that Asia is really ramping up with their new Hong Kong ETF. And BNP Paribas is one of the largest banks in Europe. So, the cat's out of the bag. Let's go on to the Federal Reserve. A lot of people are freaking out again, about the Federal Reserve potentially raising interest rates, or what they're going to do with interest rates. And I'm going to read off Mike Alfred's tweet on Twitter. He says, Jerome Powell sounds exactly like my second grade teacher. But he did say, Jerome Powell, one important thing: rate hikes are very unlikely. These Dilberts repeatedly calling for surprise rate hikes can put on a dunce hat and go to detention. It's time. There's some funny comments on here. So one guy says he also highlighted that even if inflation is not going down, there may be other factors such as labor market that would trigger a rate cut. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about inflation. Guys, inflation's not going down. They're printing so much currency. But you know my thoughts on that. They seem determined to continue with their plan of unchanged rates cuts unless the data is really off. Mike Alfred says, bingo. Yes, I totally agree with this. I'm not worried one bit about what the Federal Reserve is going to be doing, because, like I said, they're printing and they're going to cause so much inflation. You haven't seen anything yet, and Bitcoin thrives off of monetary inflation. So check out this chart. I'm going to read this off of, this is from Bitcoin Archive. Okay, Bitcoin is 23% off its all-time high. So why does it feel worse than it is? This is the second longest run of red weekly candles in Bitcoin's history. Both times were deep into a bear market. So it's very similar to what we've seen in a bear market, but we are in a bull market. See, it's very much a different bull market that we are having right now. But here's the kicker. Let's go on to this next chart. context, Bitcoin just had the equal longest run of green monthly candles in its history. A red candle was inevitable. Of course, I did a tweet the other day at Sir Crypto Dips where I simply said that, guys, we ran from $30,000 to $70,000 pretty much almost non-stop. And now, guys, we have a 23% pullback. This is nothing. This is really nothing, because there's many times where we've gone 40% during a bull market. But let me end his tweet here. He said, after the red candle was inevitable, last time it was followed by a 6-month streak of green candles, then another 5 months of gains after that. So I wouldn't worry about this, guys. Like, I wouldn't worry at all. I'm also telling daily my learningcrypto.com members what we are doing, what my thoughts are on this market, and calming people down, because a lot of people are freaked out because there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially the capos of the world. So don't worry about it. Enjoy the ride, and like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.